Everybody watching the House of Brujo'S, I got my co-star, Alan the Warlock, and of course a special guest. Her name is Katie. How you feeling, honey?
I'm feeling good. Like shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like shit. I know we've discussed this, because she was my client. So, more to the story is that she reached out to me and wanted to take it back to what happened to her and her story because a lot of people didn't understand. And of course, you're gonna see this video right here. Her video went completely viral after me helping her online through online through FaceTime while we were reading cards, and it went completely viral. And I felt like a lot of people were just like, "Oh no, this," and "Oh no, that," da, 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 ah, and I felt like we just needed to hear it from Katie herself, and most importantly, her story and what really happened and what went down. So please, Katie, tell me everything, and let's go back to when Katie was a baby.
Well, Katie was born in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
And I came to the U.S. Then eventually my mom ended up with my father's sister's husband, which is like cuñado.
Oh, God.
Some Jerry Springer shit.
Father's sister's husband.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it was her, what is it, brother-in-law?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So she ended up with him, and then she ended up like divorcing my dad, left him for him, and that's how it all started.
When did it start getting bad, pretty much?
Once they got together, I ended up like moving in. Then my stepfather started raping me and abusing me and molesting me when I was 9, all the way to 17.
That's it. Okay, so I knew about the witchcraft part, but I didn't know about the whole the molestation part. And I'm sorry, I'm only laughing because it's like, yo, that just took a left turn, cuz.
I gotta go ahead and start. I gotta go ahead and start like explaining what happened, and then to go into the witchcraft because that's the main reason why.
Most definitely.
That's the main reason why I started.
That's what random.
Well, yeah, that's how it all started. Well, throughout my childhood, I would tell my mother. She would tell me to shut the hell up, even though she knew.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Why the fuck you keep smiling like that?
I don't know, because I'm nervous. Because if I don't smile, I'm going to cry.
No, that's good. Yeah,
there's people that like that they need to like
that's
smile.
Me. Yeah, definitely.
And smile and laugh when
I don't want to be fucking crying saying this shit.
Most definitely. How come you feel like how come you never told nobody like what was going on?
Because my mom told me to be quiet, to think about my sisters and my brother.
So your mom knew?
Yeah.
Did she ever catch you?
Yeah. Yeah, eventually, when I was 17, I ran away from home, and she would stalk me and ask at school. Yeah. So she would call me on my cell phone. Back in the day, the flip phones.
Yeah. Right.
So she would call me, but she knew that I wouldn't answer. And so she would get a hold of my friends to call me, and then I would answer the calls. And my friends would be like, "Hey, Katie, your mom is here at this corner waiting for you." So out of embarrassment, because nobody knew that I had ran away from home.
Right.
So I would go ahead and meet up with her, and eventually she ended up convincing me to go back home, and that she would promise me that he was not going to touch me anymore. And she told me that I only had one more year because I was 17, and after that 1 year, then I could leave the house, but to please be quiet for the sake of my sisters and my brother.
So we're talking about like years of abuse.
Yeah.
How many years?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 6 years?
6 years.
She couldn't make it on her own.
You grew up rich.
I did. I grew up with, not necessarily rich, but with money. I didn't.
How much that motherfucker was making you?
I don't know, but I know that before he went to jail, he was making over 100K or 200K a year.
Well off.
Yeah, so it was.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
So it was a big house that I lived in, like a 5-bedroom house with a pool, and we had everything we wanted.
So Katie takes off. Okay, you finally leave. Where'd you go after that?
I went to the Marine Corps. I joined the Marine Corps. I stayed there for 9 years. That was the reason why I joined. I actually joined the Marine Corps to get the fuck out of the house. It was so bad that I didn't even care. I just joined. I didn't even sign a contract like for a specific job. It was just open contract, letting the Marine Corps pick the job for me.
So you were trying to escape, huh?
I did. So I promised myself that I was not gonna go back. I mean, she caught him, right? And I remember before she caught him, like a few years later, before that, I told her, and she told me that she was gonna light a candle to the devil to shut the fuck up that I was lying. So,
So your
like,
mom was already involved in the
yeah,
witchcraft, like,
yeah, but I
spiritual
didn't know necessarily, like, like,
You thought
and
she
I
was
was,
joking?
no, I thought, I mean,
Or like when you were young?
she
you
would
thought it
scare
was
me. It was like a scare tactic kind of thing.
Right.
So, but now that I think about it, I was like, oh fuck, she was already lighting candles on my.
Right. But did you ever witness her like doing any type of like spiritual witchcraft?
Yes.
When?
Before she got with him,
Mm-hmm.
like she was struggling. This is when we were in Mexico. She was with my dad. My dad was a drug addict and an alcoholic. And I remember we went to Mexico City to a family member. She's a witch.
Right.
I've only seen her one time, and I remember that specific night. We waited until like nightfall for the ritual, and she put me in this circle, like with candles and shit. And but it was so weird because it was like she did all that, and my mom in the middle too, like more like an offering. But after that, it was like my memory erased. Like I didn't know, you know. I don't know how to explain it. Like it happened, and then it just kind of like it took me like until I was like 30 to remember that memory. Like something just came to me, like boom.
Were y'all running? Were y'all running from something at that time, or like were there, like was there anything she was trying to hide?
Not necessarily. What she was tired of, it was being poor. She always was ambitious. She wanted money. She wanted power.
So after she puts you in this circle, that's when she meets.
Well, after that, that's when she ended up with him because it's not. She had already met him
Damn.
because he
That's
was
that
like my
black,
tío.
that's that black.
He was my tío. He was my uncle.
Damn.
So I grew up calling him uncle.
So it's like it's like kind of like those things. It's like when obviously when you're making an offering or something, like especially if that right there is devil as fuck. I'm glad that's already devil as fuck. So you make like you make this offering and like pretty much you could have he's gonna give you the money, he's gonna give you all that, but it comes with a price.
Yeah.
And it happened to be her own daughter, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's sick, way.
And it's so crazy because I started like having dreams, like I was in hell, and the devil would laugh like you're mine. No matter what you do, you're gonna be mine. And I would remember that dream, and I would always say it to myself like, God, please take me out of here. And like the more that I would say that, like the devil would laugh louder. And I was in hell, and I was like in this catwalk, and it was just like the screams and like the lava and like the fire. And I was forced to serve him, even though I didn't want to.
Oh yeah, they got your ass. Yeah,
That's crazy.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? But that's what comes with it. You know what I mean? Because I know like in the whole like ritual game, when it comes down to like offering somebody, if you were offering a person, obviously your kids are either gonna come out raped, gay. I mean, no offense to that is big in tomato community. Gay, raped, drug addict. Something like like something fucked up happens to the kid and nothing happens to the person. You know what I mean? And if we're gonna be like no weird shit, I ain't trying to start shit. I mean, look at Magic Johnson's son. No, gay. Dwayne Johnson, son, gay.
Yeah.
Will Smith, son, gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's gay. He's fucking Tyler the Creator, but that's not the point.
What?
Yeah, that's not the point. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's the offering. Look at the people's sons, because nothing happens to them. Look at their kids. So instead of them getting them, it'll go for the kid. You know what I mean? And this is me not bashing nobody, me like talking. It's just like in the spiritual world. I mean, that's really what it is.
Then you gotta,
That's the price you gotta pay. Like to look humiliated. With either your kid or it's yourself. And if it's not the kids, then look what they go through. Man, why you see all these motherfuckers wearing dresses and shit? You know what I'm saying? Bad Bunny walking out with titties and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all an offering. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, it's all an offering. You know what I'm saying? What they did to you was, like, definitely a fucking offering.
So I spoke out. I posted it on social media. And my family was, like, talking shit that I was crazy. And they didn't believe me. And the reason why is because throughout the time that I was in the Marine Corps, my mother would say that I was sick in the head, that I should have been in in a mental hospital. So when I spoke up, they thought, oh, she's fucking sick in the head.
She was trying to cover her
Yes.
tracks. Wow.
Yeah. So like she was already like, I guess she already knew, and she always like, she would always tell me like, yo no te creo nada, tú no me quieres. Like you fucking knew that if I just speak out, everything would just change for her. So she had told me that because of me, it was her downfall. Like she just hated me. Like she just hated me for no fucking reason. And she would tell my brother and my sisters that I was this bad person. And like throughout the time that I was growing up or they were growing up, I would always wonder why the fuck do they not like me?
Yeah.
You know? Even and that was the reason why.
She was covering up.
So yeah, straight up. So when I spoke up, everybody was like, "Oh, you know, Katie is sick in the head, blah blah blah." But then that's when other people started coming out. My stepfather had more victims.
Damn, so there's other people.
There's other people. There's other people. A few people actually.
So
More
people-
than 3, more than 5.
people
That's all I'm
started-
saying.
People started coming out and they started believing you now, or
Yeah,
what
there was
happened?
this one specific person within the family that changed the way family members thought of me, and that was because she said, "You know what? That's not true. She's not sick in the head. It happened to me too." And her mother also caught him with me, and she told me that she was gonna take care of it, and she never did.
What the fuck?
So basically, the same thing.
What happened right after you spoke out?
I decided to go and reported him, and then they caught him. But then somebody told me, like, somebody that I never met. Like, well, throughout the years, they would tell me, like, te tienen trabajada, you know, like, somebody's working on you. And they would describe my mother. But I'm like, nah, it's not my mom. Like, she's my mom. Like, nah, right? And this last time, she was like, te tienen trabajada, te tienen la boca tapada, you know, like, and
And for those who don't speak Spanish, a spell to make her shut up.
yeah,
Tie the knots off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
To make her.
Yeah,
Like
so basically, like, and they had blocked everything, my love life, my money, everything. And she was like, let me clean you, you know?
Who
so
said that?
the person,
Okay. Facts.
okay.
So your life was pretty like messed up at this point.
Fuck yeah, it was. In a way, yeah, like, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't just get up. It was before I bought my house and everything. So yeah, I was pretty fucked up. And so she did. She cleaned me. And she told me the reason why you were able to speak up is because COVID. And your mom goes to Mexico every so often to do the spell, so that way, because I guess it wears off
Yeah,
after
yeah,
certain,
yeah.
you know, after a certain amount of time.
Doing it.
Like 3.5 months.
Yeah, so she would go, and I would always, and my mom would always be like, pay my ticket to go to Mexico, or like buy me, like give me money, and blah, blah. So she told me, and I would give her cash, right?
Oh man, that's how they do it.
Ay.
When they get to the cash, that's how they get you for your money.
Yeah.
Anytime you are going to give somebody money, do not forget. Please, guys, do not forget. Always Cash App or Zelle. Do not give anybody physical cash because, yeah, they could take your money and make you go broke.
Yeah.
Food for thought. Anyway,
Yeah, so she-
you gave her the money and she
I-
go to Mexico
And do her fucking shit.
do her shit.
So I couldn't, but because of COVID and she couldn't go and all that shit, like the spell was wearing off, and that's
Yeah.
when I was able to speak up.
Okay, so lady cleans you. What happened after she cleaned you?
She cleaned me, and money came. I was able to get on my feet. Started
That's
from
how-
there.
That's how the war started.
And that's when I realized, like, oh fuck, that's my mom. Like, I can't believe it.
Even after she cleaned you, like why, you know, like
I-
how come you never got your lip back?
That's my mother.
It's like even if your mom like hurts you growing up, you're still like, it's still my mom.
So I guess she took advantage of that, you know. And I was so like detached from God, and she knew that.
Right.
So like I didn't have no santos in my house or anything, so she knew that. And the lady that cleaned me was like, she knows that you don't have any santos. She knows that you're detached from God. So that's why she's able to go ahead and do some more. Plus, she's your mom. She knows where to get you.
Yeah.
So like she straight up told me, stop giving her fucking money, especially cash.
Yeah.
Well, I had to go to Phoenix and I stayed in Phoenix for a little bit because it was like a 3-day process for her to clean me. And yeah, so she got busy, you know, she was busy. So she told me, hey, if you feel comfortable with somebody else, then that's fine. Find someone. So one day, I was going on my TikTok and I was like in my bed. I was
Who'd
in
you
my
find on
bed.
TikTok?
NOE915.
NOE915,
Yeah,
yeah.
I did. And like I started following him, and I started watching your YouTube videos. But something was telling me like reach out. But I was like, nah, he's too busy hanging to fucking even read anything. So I reached out to him, and like 3 days later, like three days later, I got a reply.
Damn, 3 days to respond. What happened?
I think little R at the time. Little R
Yeah,
at
it
the
was
time.
little R.
Yeah, little R was going through the messages and stuff like that or whatever. Yeah.
No, but let me tell you what happened. So I think I still have it.
What?
The messages,
Yeah.
because I had like reached out to you, and then you replied like, "Hey, just go ahead and book your through the app, blah blah blah, X, Y, and Z."
Right.
So I did. I'm throwing you under the bus, bro.
Throw me on the bus. Throw me on the bus. Yeah.
So we had the appointment, and then you didn't show.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Typical no.
Yeah.
He's like, and then you said, "Oh my bad, I had so much going on, blah blah. Book it again," and I did it again, and yeah.
And he didn't show up again.
No, he did.
Late,
but he did.
Late, but I showed up right.
So I got
late,
the
but I showed
reading,
up,
blah
right.
blah blah. Da-da-da. It was you actually.
Right.
And then, like a week later, fucking what's his name?
Right.
Ryan,
no.
hey, I'm Noe's assistant. Would you like a reading? I was like, dude, I already have it.
You already had it.
What?
You're like, bitch.
You tell me little R was trying to steal your
Man,
client?
nah. He wasn't trying to steal my clients. I just think, he was just real off. Ryan was a
he
little
was
special.
just-
You know what I'm saying? Ryan was just a little
He was just
special.
slow.
Yeah, he was just slow, but
Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, no, I remember. Hey, look, just to cover up, I really do be going through like, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of shit. I gotta read people, and I still gotta film. I still gotta do all this. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, I think at that time I was setting up my upstairs at my other house. But I remember when he told me about you, and I'm so used to fucking people hitting us up, bro. Like, like just
Man,
bullshit.
we get like thousands of messages.
Yeah, it's like thousands of messages, but man, it's like literally of just. It's just, and I'm not even trying to sound fucked up, but it's just like bullshit of like literally like something so small of like, oh my God, my red bracelet busted. What does that mean? And it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, you want the answers or whatever, but I mean, I always talk about it on my videos. Like, I'm not even doing like real cases. I'm not doing no cases for no bracelet. You know what I'm saying? Or like, some people message me and they talk about like certain things pertaining to like, nothing to do with.
Or like witchcraft.
Witchcraft, you know what I'm saying? It's literally just, different shit.
universe.
And I'm like, kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the time. And then, oh, fuck you, no, you don't show up to your appointment. Oh, fuck you, whatever. And I'm just all like, bro, because like I'm out here doing like real fucking shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but I remember she reached out, you know what I'm saying? I remember, you know what I'm saying? I remember the conversation. I'm like, man, book that shit, I got you. I remember telling her, like, book that shit, I got you, and she booked it. She came to Houston. She flew to Houston, came to see me. We knew early on that, it was going to be a war, To that, she kept going. Her mom kept going, and we're like, fuck. And I'm telling her, I was like, man, look, I don't advise you to do black to anybody, you know what I mean? But like, I think you should just do something like, just, to send it back, you know what I mean? And leave it as that. So we did. And it got worse. And that's when she called me and she was like, she FaceTimed me, like, man, can I do my cards? And when we were on the cards, that's when her mom ended up dropping a bird at her house. And I kept telling her, you know what I'm saying, like, man, go out. It's right here. It's by these bushes, and this is all through FaceTime, right? And we end up finding the bird where it was at. And for those who don't know, birds could signify, different things. If it's dead with the head cut off and stuff, obviously it's, you passing away. Or if it's a, broken bird with like feathers all at the front door, it's for you to go broke, for you to think of other things. But hers were in the bushes. Bushes means like when you don't see it and they don't want you to see it. It's for sickness, you know what I mean? To get really sick mentally, physically. You don't want to do nothing. You get real tired. And I remember when you FaceTime me, she looked like fucking shit. I mean, like honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like she looked like fucking shit, dark as fuck. I'm talking about like out of there. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? We killed the bird. We ended up getting the bird. You know what I'm saying? We lit it on fire, right? So boosh, right? So here's the first video you're gonna see right here. I got a video just like that when I cleaned the house. There it is, look, there it is. Yo, that's it.
Shit, I gotta move.
After that, they started throwing eggshells at our house, right? And started dropping oils at the house. And, like I said, it just gets worse by the, it was getting worse and worse and worse. And that's when I told her, I said, hey, she was working at her house at this time. And I said, well, you know, they dropped it right here, and this is, you know, and because of that, you're not getting no money right now. You're not getting no bread right now. So go ahead, do this for me, and you know, drop it. You know, light it on fire, right? So I told her, I said, hey, get alcohol, right? Get the alcohol and get holy water, right? You know what I mean? Kid you not. You see the fucking video right there. No fire was lit, no nothing, bro. All she did was put the alcohol, you know what I'm saying, and put the holy water. And that bitch lit up by itself. And you see it right there. There's no edit. There's no nothing.
Yo. They don't want you to clean right there.
Do I just do it and say fuck it?
Nah, because you don't want to be put in the middle and then that spiritu goes in you.
The shit was crazy. Like, I remember doing it, and I just felt the whole fucking flame. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because, like, it happened the first time, and he was like, what happened? I was like, look, check this shit out. And that's when I did it again. I was like, you see, there's nothing. There's nothing at all. And I did it again, and that shit, like, lit on fire again. And I was like, no manches.
Yeah, you know. And then, of course, you got the fucking, that famous priest on fucking, on TikTok. What, I don't know, what's his name?
Bishop something.
Bishop something. Bishop
James.
Bishop James, some shit like that. I don't know, 700, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I might do edit right here, but anyways, whatever, da-da-da. Well, anyways, he's over here like, some liquid substance, you know, like, you know, some white people shit. And I mean, look, I mean, I give it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're doing exorcisms, you're doing God's work, you're a priest, all right, cool, whatever, da-da-da, but you're not Mexican, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You know, and like, you know, and for those who really know this shit, who really understand this shit, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's not just Mexicans who believe in this, you know what I mean? Like, you know, other people, they practice their different shit and their different, you know, their different things or whatever. Man, spirit just, wow. I don't know if y'all feel that right now. I don't know if y'all feel real cold, right? Feel real cold, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, really cold right now? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Spirit here, boom, right there. Yeah, spirit right there, you know what I'm saying? Right, type shit. It's literally sitting right there.
My toes cold.
Yeah, you know, type shit. Literally sitting right there.
It's fucking
What do you think it is?
purple.
Huh?
What do you think it is?
It's a lady, you know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, maybe she's passing by. I mean, she's not giving me no bad vibes. She's not giving me, you know what I'm saying? But it looks like she's just a lady. She's here, you know, checking in, whatever reason. Like I said, she's not giving me no bad vibes. But
Remember I told you
what?
Yeah.
the cards.
What about the cards?
His friend.
What about the friend?
Yeah. My friend passed away, so.
Oh my God, your friend did pass away.
Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, she
Big
said
nose?
she was gonna. Yeah.
The white nose?
Yeah. You think that's her?
More than likely.
What she look like?
If you showed me a photo, show me a photo.
You have a phone?
Show me a photo.
Damn, that's crazy.
Didn't I tell you?
Dark skin?
Yeah, she's black.
Oh yeah.
She's black?
Let me see.
Dude, if it's her, I'm gonna pass out.
Wow. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
For real?
The dead ass.
Damn, that's crazy.
African.
What?
African. Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Wow.
What you saying?
Nah, it's not really more so saying. She's just checking in, checking on the vibe and shit.
Oh, for real? Damn.
Yeah.
What's up?
That type shit, you know. But anyways, enjoy the show. You know? But no, definitely. So yeah, all that shit is going on. You know what I mean? Fire blew up, fucking crazy. Bishop, whatever the fuck. You know, a lot of people don't understand the culture. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand the Mexican culture. You know what I mean? Like shit. I've been in rooms where people who aren't believers became the believers. When I go on tours and shit, you know, people get the cards read for me. They're so like, they're just waiting to catch me slipping, bro. They don't even give a fuck about nothing I said. Like, they're like, yeah, that's true. But as soon as they hear something that don't sound true, I knew it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But they're waiting, you know what I mean? And like, you know, and again, we're not here to fucking you know, I ain't here to gossip. I'm just here to communicate. And like, you know, people don't believe until it really happens to them. A lot of people don't think that this shit is real. A lot of people think this is fake. A lot of people think that, wow, you know, like, you know, it's all in your head. If you don't believe it, it won't happen to you. And then now there you go. You're 20 years later, still broke, still haven't came up, still haven't found love, still lonely, still, you know what I'm saying? You're still all that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's motherfucking wild. You know, and me and him, you know, I mean, he's witnessed it. He's seen it firsthand, single-handedly, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When we clean houses, you know, in people's lives, you know, like, change, you know? And shit, even her, bro, I'm telling you, man, the first time when she first came to Houston, like, she was so bad, bro. Like
he said, oh, you look malita.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah, for real, yeah, bro. She was out of it, dude. She showed up like just fucking like
almost like a zombie,
And you know, and after, you know, saying after we clean her, you know, and after I do that, I'm telling her, I said, look, man, you know, everything that's happening, you know, you got a gift and you could use it. You know, you could really use this gift, you know, and you know, so I started, you know, giving her some pointers and teaching her shit like that, and now, you know,
I didn't know I had a gift.
Mm.
Well, kind of knew, but not really.
Why?
And
Like,
so,
what would you see or what?
well, I thought they were just dreams. You know, I thought it was just the vibe or it's just my head.
Mm-hmm.
And also because I grew up like asking, like, why do I see this? Why do I see people? Or like, why do I like, well, dead people or like shadows or like demons and stuff. And like they would say like, de eso no se habla. You don't talk about that. Just pray to Saint Michael. You know, like just pray it off, pray it off. So like I thought I was just like,
Oh,
you know.
Right.
So I didn't know how to give, and so I met him. Like I was like, oh, maybe I do.
now,
Used to people like gaslighting you, manipulating you,
Yeah.
but the whole time you had this gift.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Because I couldn't explain. Like I grew up like spirits like knocking on my door, touching me, my bed shaking one time, doors opening, and I was just like, why the fuck is this happening to me?
right.
You know, I grew up like that.
Damn.
Mhm.
It's tough.
Notice how it's going, right? Right? Feel it, right? Now you back to normal.
Yeah.
Your skin's normal, everything's good,
I
right?
think she touched my hand.
Type shit.
Like goodbye.
It's gone.
I'm
Fine.
good.
Yeah. Anyways, no. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I told you. You know, and I really just try to tell people, you know, majority of the time, 9 times out of 10, you know, you're not crazy. You just have everybody has a different gift. You know, everybody has their own way. The own way they process things. And I think if people kind of use that to their advantage, you know, they could have a lot more to this life. That's why motherfuckers call me crazy. Like, oh, you believe in astrology? Fag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like everywhere I go, bro.
You an
Like,
astrology bitch.
yeah, you an astrology bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you an astrology bitch. But I'm like, bro, you're
Chris.
stupid. That's why you broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, that's why you broke. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't understand, bro. Like, if you learn the astrology, bro, like, and you learn like, you know, like you learn the signs and you start learning like the stars and shit like that or whatever, bro. You know when it's time to spend money. You know when it's not time to spend money. You start becoming more in tune with yourself. You start seeing, you know, people, you know, like you start seeing the people and who they are for what they do, and you know, and that's why, you know, there's a comfortability I keep with my clients to where it's like, you know, we can only talk on a certain level of, you know, of work, and that's it, nothing more, nothing less. But with her, it was more so on the end of like, you know, we could talk about this, but also still go deeper into who she was and who she is as a person, you know. And I feel like, you know, she discovered a lot of truth about herself within a short amount of time. And like, you know, and even right now, maybe things might not be looking up in a way towards the case and what's going on with, you know, her father. But I mean, definitely I could see you, like, you know what I'm saying, like you would advance, like spiritually, like you would advance.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're very well aware. Like, I mean, man, they're hitting her with all types of shit. She's just eating that hoe like a champ because she knows what it is. And I feel like once you understand the stars, once you understand the astrology, spiritual shit, witchcraft, brujeria, like all this shit, like you start to understand like what to do, where to go, you know what I'm saying, how to handle it, you know what I mean? Because not, you know, you can't win every fight. I've gotten hit multiple times. I'm not saying I'm the greatest. I never said that I was the greatest, you know what I mean? But like, man, I've gotten hit too where, you know, things have hit me really bad and I gotta fold up or I gotta call him at 3 in the morning like geeking sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, we all have weak points. You know what I'm saying? We all have weak points, you know? So I never try to claim to be that I was like this best witch out here, no shit like that, whatever. I just try to give y'all the energy and the motivation. That way y'all could be who y'all want to be and find out y'all real selves. And, you know, like I said, you know, the whole, you know, your situation with, you know, court and all that shit coming up. What's your end game? Like, what do you have planned? Like, what's the end game?
I just wanted to be done. I just want him to be sentenced and like call it a day. Move forward. Yeah, move forward. I feel like that is pulling me back a lot of resentment. You know, so I just need to.
You need that closure.
Yeah.
So you can move on with your life.
Mhm.
And you feel
Like I try to move on, but that case is still pulling me. You know, like.
And you don't feel like your mom's gonna try to fuck that up for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. She's always fucking trying. She's always trying, you know. They called me up. I haven't talked to her since like he went to jail. You know, so that was about 3 years ago. They cut me off. I'm the black sheep of the family. Nobody talks to me like my sisters, my brother. They don't. And even though they know it's true, they just don't want to have anything to do with me because I put him in jail. But they don't understand that it's just not me. Like, there's other victims in the case, and they're still blaming it on me. That it's my fault. Because
see
what
what you're doing?
their game plan is, I guess it's like they had said something along the lines that I coach all of the victims what to say.
What? That's crazy.
So now, like,
That's
they
wild.
subpoenaed, like, my phone records. They're always getting my phone records. I'm pretty damn sure they already know where I live now, where I bought my house.
Well, obviously they were over throwing birds and throwing cracked eggs. And
Yeah,
throwing,
I know.
You know what I'm saying? All types of shit. You know.
That's
So
wild.
it was to the point that I even transferred, like, my job to another county, all this shit. Like, I literally just grabbed and moved from LA to another county, and shit is still happening. Shit's still
I
happening.
mean, well, that's the thing. I mean, it don't matter where you go. Shit, you can move across the country. It ain't nothing to roll in some dirt, transform into a bird, and go drop some shit off. And I know it sounds crazy, you know what I mean? But like, but it's true. You know what I mean?
is
It don't
true.
matter where you go. It don't matter where you run. It don't matter none of that. You know what I mean? Like, if they really want you, it ain't nothing for a motherfucking witch to fucking start that ritual, roll in that dirt, transform into that bird, and go find you. It ain't nothing. You know what I mean? It's literally not nothing. You know?
But I didn't know, so tell them.
Yeah. And do you feel like you owe the devil anything?
No, fuck that shit. He owes me something.
Right.
No,
I mean, because you know, basically, I mean, it is like a generational curse.
it is a generational curse,
Yeah.
but I was offered to him without my permission.
Same. My grandpa. Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
so yeah, I can give into it, but I have the choice not to.
God first, God always. You know what I mean? But like, you know, when you're in a situation like that, you know, you really kind of got to find out, like, you know, what it is that was offered and what it is that you owed, because you know
Yeah.
it's kind of hard. Like, you know, it'd be kind of hard. It'd be kind of hard to go. And you know, I know that kind of sounds like like support saying that shit. Fuck no, hell no. God
That's what it
first,
sounds like.
God always. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like. But no, but
Yeah, do I feel like he's like after me because he wants
No.
something?
I wouldn't say more because he wants something. No, it's kind of more so of just like a what.
Promise.
Well, yeah, promised. You know.
Yeah, he
You
wants
know?
something.
But we really should like read your cards and like find out what it is. That way you can do it. Cause I know mine. I had to go buy a land and build a house for that. That's what my grandpa. That's what my grandpa wanted. You know, well, that's what he offered. You know?
Really?
And man, it's crazy how that motherfucker's still alive. And the dude who told me about all this shit was the one who was like, he told me, he goes, man, notice how that motherfucker ain't dead yet. Yeah, everybody in my motherfucking dad's family dead, bro. You know what I mean? Besides my tia, it's literally my dad, my tia, and my grandpa left, but all of the cousins all gone, bro. All gone like the wind, bro. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah, he told me. He goes, when you build that house and when you build, you know, like when you do that, you know, you're gonna break that generational curse, and then that's when he's gonna die. You know what I mean? And that's when, you know, because you have to take him there to that house, and he's gonna have a final say so. He's gonna have a final say so with him, type shit. And the only reason why I believe that shit was because when he told me, he goes, man, you'll see. He goes, there's a skull with a nail in it, you know, and that's what they're doing to you. You know what I mean? And I kind of really didn't understand. He goes, but when you come up and when all this starts going off for you, whatever, you know, that's gonna be your out. That's gonna be your way out. And it's crazy because, you know, hell, when I started the Dwindle series, I couldn't even. I was trying to do a photo shoot for it, whatever, and nothing was going to plan. And I literally saw a fucking skull and I saw a nail. You know what I mean? So man, fuck this shit. It's gonna look cool. Pop that whole in. Snapped it off the iPhone. I snapped it off the iPhone, bro. That Dwindle series hit millions, bro.
Really?
Millions. Yeah, bro. On TikTok, man, my first TikTok, that first video of the Dwindle series, bro. I hit 56 mil, bro. 56 million fucking views, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the first 2 videos, motherfuckers call me crazy.
Wait, on YouTube or TikTok?
No, on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
First 2 videos, they call me crazy. By the 6th video, everybody was like, oh, yo, oh my God, this man's for real, this man's the truth, this man's legit. And it's like, no, fuck you, because you thought I was crazy. If I didn't have the proof,
Yeah.
bro, it would have never, you know what I'm saying? TikTok wouldn't even be speaking about that shit, bro. I was the first motherfucker who went on TikTok and started that shit, bro. Now everybody want to talk about doing this. Now everybody want,
Yeah.
I think they're doing witchcraft to me. You know what I'm saying? Da-da-da. Because when I dropped that first video, I swear to God, bro, I had more than 1,500 messages in my fucking DMs talking about, you're not crazy, bro. I go through this shit too. And like, you know what I'm saying? The whole 9, fuck the haters. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. It's like, nigga, I was already doing this shit. I was already doing this shit prior, before the whole TikTok shit came out. It was just like private, you know what I'm saying? And even before that shit even dropped, I was in another studio with fucking Eric and Jay shooting something similar like that with motherfucking Marty Vendretti. Am I right? Am I wrong? And I still got the
That's
footage with that
crazy.
shit, bro. I was shooting something similar like that, bro.
Like
And
about duendes or about
about
witchcraft?
the dwindles and the witchcraft and all that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that
You do the old
crazy?
videos. Yeah, bro. So when I came out with that fucking video, Aaron's like, oh, you planned this shit. This shit was all planned. Motherfucker, I was going to do this before this shit even went viral. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, I'm not trying to make it about me, but more to the story is what I'm saying is just like, people know about it, but they don't want to speak on it.
Why you
No,
think
they
that is?
don't.
Huh?
They don't.
Because
Why-
don't nobody want to
why?
look crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, don't nobody want to look crazy, bro. I can't tell you how many times, my dude, I can't tell you how many times people ended up in a mental home because of this, bro. I've seen it. And that almost happened to me. That could have been me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit really would have been me, bro. If it wasn't for the whole Daisy situation at Dawn White, I'd probably be in that bitch right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, if it was not for that shit, I'd probably be in that bitch right now. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, again, don't want to fucking believe it. A lot of people sit here and be like, oh, this shit cap, no whatever, da-da-da. Man, when this motherfucker showed up to my house and talking about, I'm gonna put my horns on right now, bitch, I'll take you to hell right now, ho. Type shit. Like, man, that motherfucker was for real, bro. He was not playing. And that's when I knew. That's when I knew. I was like, man, I knew about all this Mexican shit, but I didn't know about this side. You know what I mean? And he was kind of the one who kind of put me on game and like all this shit about this side and like how to do it and shit. And since I was already kind of at a level where I was like I was kind of like experienced in some way, when it hit with him, it was like a hit. And I saw all this other side, and I was like, bro, this shit's crazy.
What
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
You sold your soul?
What? Me? I guess we'll never know. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Nah, fuck no. You know what I'm saying? But he showed me like a whole nother fucking side, bro. And I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. But you know, but going back to you on the whole case, where it's just like, look, man, at the end of the day, and find out what it is. That way you can break it off. You know, because it had to happen to you because you were probably strong-minded than everybody else in the family. Because that's how it goes. Man, why didn't you do this shit to my whole ass sister? Why didn't you do it to my fucking brother? You know what I'm saying?
Because they're weak.
Weak-minded.
I mean, I'm not saying they're weak.
Right, you know what I'm
they're
saying?
weaker-minded.
You know,
than
weaker-minded.
you.
You know, anything that ever happened to me was head on, or slug that shit out, whatever the fuck. I ain't moving. Come find me. You know what I mean? Like any time, every time. You know, man, I feel like, I mean, that's how you gotta hit it. You know, like every fucking time you kind of run into that rut because. Shit, once you start becoming weak-minded, oh my God, it's gonna get me. Man, that motherfucker, it already got you. You know what I'm saying? It already got you.
That's true.
You know. So what's next for Katie? What we gonna do about Katie? What's next for Katie?
Continue cleaning myself because that bitch is still coming. Still coming.
You know, and all of it could end. You know, if we just clap back.
She's my mother.
That's some real shit.
She's my mother. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm like, I'm sick of it, you know? Let's do it. But I feel like at the end of the day, she's my mother.
And God has the final say so anyway.
Yeah.
God's gonna have the final say so anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Karma will get her.
oh, always. Karma, dude. That's a whole nother fucking session right there. You know what I mean?
I did find out that one of my cleanings, you know how like you clean and then like everything reverses and it goes back?
Yeah. Right.
That bitch tried to like hang herself.
Damn.
She tried to hang herself?
Yeah, she did. She went to Mexico in my grandma's house and she tried to low-key hang herself. She had like, I was told.
Which
I told you.
Which cleaning was that?
I don't know which one it was, but I told you. Didn't I tell you? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, but she didn't die.
No, unfortunately. Like low-key, sometimes I do feel like maybe it's better for her to die so I can live in peace.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's hate.
I wonder what made her hang herself. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who would do such a thing?
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
Herself?
So sick.
Karma.
Sick. Very
Yeah,
sick.
she did. They found her like just in time because from what I was
Oh,
told,
that was
she
last year.
Yeah.
That was last
What
year.
I was told it was that she was hanging.
Yeah.
She was hanging.
Well, she was already like.
Yeah.
When they came and saved her.
Yeah. I think like God was like, nah, bitch. Not yet.
Right.
Not yet.
Still gotta suffer a little.
Still gotta suffer a little bit more.
Yeah. She needs.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katie,
for
for
sharing your
fucking
story,
yeah, for sharing your story. Nah, for real.
I know it's kind of hard.
Trial is still going on, so
Trial's still going on. You know what I'm saying? And this was
they keep on pushing it through witchcraft.
nah,
Straight up.
Straight up.
How many times have I gotten subpoenas?
Right. Yeah.
How many times? Like low-key, like 3 to 4 times already. And it started like I started getting them last year.
Yeah.
They keep on pushing it back.
Damn.
Y'all, I'm gonna keep giving y'all updated. I'm gonna go to her trial. You know, I'm gonna go to a trial too with a big white sign. He raped me too. Hey, he comes out. Hey, no, I didn't. He admitted to it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fucking. But yeah, nah, definitely. It was a pleasure. Thank you for coming out here. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, and telling us what really happened. And, you know, and for all the people who wonder, like, what the fuck? You know, what was the story behind all that? You know what I mean? You know, just definitely.
Yeah, I know it's kind of hard, difficult situation.
Yeah, you know, it's so crazy because like I'll see like people like your comments or whatever, people saying like, oh, it's science or she's capping, da 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 blah blah, and the people that are really close to me that see me on a daily basis, they're like, fuck, I thought I was like, if it wasn't like me seeing it in person, I think I would have said that was cap too.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No fucking
straight
doubt.
up.
No
Like
doubt.
even in any candle, even like just lighting up a candle, like a white candle for just guidance or like a camino or whatever it is.
Right.
That shit is always fucked up. Bro.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, so yeah.
Wow.
But thank you so much. I
course.
really appreciate you
Of
a
course,
lot.
you know what I'm saying? Of course.
I learned a lot about myself.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I love you so much.
I love you too.
God bless you. Honey.
Gracias.
God bless you. You know, and we're gonna wrap up the first episode of the House of Brujo'S, episode 1. Katie, you know what I'm saying? I want to thank so much my co-star Alan Warlock. You know what I mean? If you have not been seeing him, you know, on tour with me, then well, you probably gonna be seeing him on the next following tours that we're gonna go on. So with everything, you know,
more tours.
yeah, we're going on. Yeah, we're definitely going on more tours. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared. Watch out for everything. And I want to say, most importantly, last but not least, thank you so much, Katie, for fucking everything. And I hope you continue to keep going forward with your life.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Claro que sí.
Los quiero a los dos.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Till next time. I'll see you.